Yo, the honey pasta, the honey.
And the only pastor.
Pastor, how much can you walk with that? Enough justice now. One blood clot and I'm a one for church.
Off, whatever, and something. So if a she really do it, boy.
Jameds.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am. I actually serve in the U.S. military.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this what we have here is an international issue. This is what we usually coin a strategic corporal, where you get a lower enlisted who end up in the international space, which Jamaica is right now, because she is, I'm thinking, she's a U.S. citizen or probably a naturalized member, depending on how long she is. She probably got a green card to 8 years. However, the deportation process, that's not even been spoken about yet. Internationally, the U.S. military got to figure out how to get the service member back to the United States. Then they got to coordinate if it's going to be handled in the civilian court or it'll be uniform code of military justice in the military. From there, the Jamaican government or whomever will be liaisons, but the disposition of the case is solely up to the U.S. military. We have a thing called Fort Leavenworth. So disciplinary actions to the military is frowned upon, but it's society. It's a living organism. These things we're not proud of. But I'll tell you as a military member, this is not a U.S. military fault. The conversation you guys are having, it's actually Monday morning quarterback. But the process real, the government, I promise you, is working right now to get the service member back to the United States.
So she is going to leave Jamaica?
She'll have to. She's a United States service member. Jamaica has no authority over a U.S. military. I stake that back. In the diplomatic conversation, that's where it is. I have no doubt the Secretary of Defense, retired General Lord Austin, is talking to whoever's the head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force or Defense Force. One thing I ask is, this is a Jamaican, I was a military service member.
Yeah.
All courtesies applied. Even her character, because we do not know what happened. That's all I got to say, Pastor. It's loose.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
It's a lot of opinions. Well, it's humanity, right? Because you're in Jamaica, you don't get arrested and get Jamaica treatment. We got soldiers in Korea. We got soldiers arrested in Afghanistan, Iraq. Our ploy to any nation is we will take care of what you call a prisoner of war. She's not a prisoner of war. This is a criminal act in a sovereign country. Discussions need to happen. And I read your platform, Pastor, you know it. That's why I'm sit down here and listen. I don't really watch the news because it not really start out of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Isn't it? But I do over 30 years now, U.S. military, I'm proud of that. I have a daughter and a son in it right now.
Straight up.
So when we speak of the individual, honestly, have the conversation about the incident, the atrocities, how bad it is that a person can get to that mindset. But it has nothing to do with the U.S. military. We don't build that mindset. That's my point, Pastor. It's Sunday, like your program.
Thank you, my general.
Yeah, man, blessings every time.
Salute. Straight up. Well, what Jamed just said, everyone, that is very, very exclusive. Very, very exclusive. So, obviously, oh my word, I did something too quick.
So, Pastor, so basically, Jamaica now have no jurisdiction over her then? So
They do. They do.
They do?
It's a diplomatic discussion. She's in confinement in a country. No
Yeah, I
different
understand
than
that.
you in El Paso and accidentally cross the Mexican border. You got to show paperwork to come back in. You have to show passport to get in Jamaica. They can't just snatch her out. You have to do this orderly because guess what? If the case is going to be transferred, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a senior leader. We've dealt with this like before. If the case got to be transferred, it has to be sensitive and sterile to a point where it makes sense. You arrest this lady and abuse her in the Jamaican court, it's not going to go over well to the U.S. It's a U.S. military service member. She's not even a senior service member. If you guys research the rank, she's probably an E3 or 4. A senior member is a 7 or 8. I don't know Navy rank, so I'll be remiss. But when we start talking about these petty officers and junior, those are lower enlisted in the military. I would say as staff sergeant E5 or below. A senior would be your E7, E8, and then you have your E9s, which is your sergeant major, your command sergeant major. This is not a senior enlisted NCO or enlisted or any officer that did this. This is a junior. Even if it's an officer, it's a junior officer. Does that excuse a point? No, it doesn't. What I'm saying is the U.S. military doesn't build that type of character. But the process, she will be processed. Whatever she will be executed on, if the decision is to keep her, because nation state of Jamaica is an independent nation state, they have all right to keep this lady. Apparently, she's alleged of some crimes. But we've had it happen in other places where diplomatic conversations happen and how we legally transfer this U.S. service member. Yes, she's a Jamaican. Yes, she may be deported. But if she goes to the U.S. military and she's found guilty, there are different courses of action. You can go from hardship duty at the command. I had a supervisor in NCO who got field grade Article 15. There's many dispositions. You can go to Fort Leavenworth for life. Military is a microcosm of society. The U.S. military is not perfect, but we get civilians from society, and our goal is turn them into soldiers or airmen or Navy or Marines or Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Whatever is from the military is really the best we get from society, believe it or not. 1% of society serves.
So she just a backfiring thing that one of the anomalies them that malfunction then.
If she were on military orders deployed to Jamaica, we have an issue. There is an embassy in Jamaica where they are liaisoning. When I go to Jamaica, even me, I'm a Jamaican citizen. I live in Jamaica 89 after Gilbert. I've been telling enough people, saying, not talking about Jamaica, man. If you're born in Jamaica after Gilbert, I am more Jamaican than you, because Gilbert blew in my house. Anyway, right down, how I call it, come up a Stony Hill, I go to Constant Spring. Right on the left down by U.S. Embassy, Marines got it. That is the liaison for this young trooper. They are working diligently because at the end of the day, this is an international incident. However, she weren't deployed to Jamaica on military orders. This is a service member who took leave away from her military duties, went to Jamaica, just like I can. I got a sting. If I got a sting and a man touch me, I'm stab him, and I am a fault.
No.
I mean, I'm not fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. But however, the reality is, service member, hopefully she's on approved leave. If not, that's the minor thing right here. However, as long as she's serving, the military will participate. They will have conversations. That's what we do. We have a service member who went to a foreign country, even though you're Jamaican, and you're in problem with the law. That's all it is right now. So why they put her in the car and do this? That's how you treat an individual who's innocent until proven guilty.
No, if it was a normal Jamaican, there would be a banger. There would be some vehicle with 1,000 people.
That's my problem. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to highlight to you. It's a U.S. involvement. Once she was arrested, chances are someone called her command, or she probably called the command, called higher headquarters and say, hey, we got a soldier in jail in Jamaica. It's serious. They're going to huddle the command and say, how we figure this. We have to now start talk to governments. This is about a government transfer of a U.S. service member who got into a situation that seems to be criminal in a foreign country. Diplomacy is at work here. Conversation, and there'll be feedback. I'll just ask, if and when the service member is transferred, the government does have access to get update on the case. Just ask them the liaison between the U.S. and Jamaica. Now understand, most cases, as much as people want to be involved, it's not an open case you can't go to. Many court martials are open case where they bring a camera in and start a circus. No. If you're personally involved in the outcome, it's in the military circuit, you can coordinate the military. I'm not signing the military up for anything. But I know, especially for victims and the individual, at the end of the day, we have a service member and we have to protect them until such a time to show that they were they were wrong. Right now, we don't know.
Boy.
So to protect the integrity of just the military, this is not a military issue. This
But
is
she
a
might still get taken away.
no, it's not might.
Mm-mm.
She will be returned to if just to process her out the military. Unless
Okay.
Jamaica gives such a strong arm where she'll be confined in Jamaica, will still carry on the military records as being confined in a foreign country. We have gotten prisoner of war back from countries. This lady's not a prisoner of war. She's an American civilian serving the military capacity who home like was on leave. When you're on leave, you break from duty. You're on your own time. No one tell you to
Mm-mm.
sign in, sign up. However, you accounted for wherever you go. You have to do a country security check to go to Jamaica for this had nothing to do with it. But
Mm-hmm.
how the military works, they just don't have a service member in a foreign country and they buck them to and no, go find anyone bandit. No, because we expect you to do better.
Yeah.
Not saying she's wrong or right. I'm saying I'm a retired military member. I got a daughter who's an army captain and son who's a staff sergeant. My
Mm-hmm.
nephews, they come up, I tell them join. So
Congrats, my brother.
it's very passionate. So we have the conversation. Let's, especially you, Pastor. I'm not really talk to enough black. I'm gonna show up on them thing. Your content, I like it. You have what it provides, man. You comical. You make the thing light. This
Thank
topic,
you.
maybe I go log off. Cause I
Yeah.
no watch it. Me no follow that. Cause me no forget enough things. But as I watch it, I say, Pastor, I go take it to somewhere. And then I log in. I mean, I tell you, say, it's an unfortunate situation. There are individuals involved. And a place like Jamaica, I'm
Mm-hmm.
surprised when I do this. Nobody know the truth of Jamaica. So all the one of them are expert and then I know answer. I'm on
Yes.
like a man with a car. Nobody does see nothing.
True.
But this, I true, it's international. But it is international. Like I started with. This is what I would kind of strategic private, where
Mm-hmm.
you do things at the tactical level that now requires strategic level discussions.
Definitely.
That's what we have here, man. I also want to muddy the water. America is not, unbeknownst to a lot of people, America is not Jamaica's enemy. They're not.
Well, we never think say her. We just know say this girl there on a mission for. You know what I mean?
It's all personal in nature.
So
If
no.
they're anywhere in there, she has some orders deploying her to Jamaica and she left that embassy and did that downtown, then yes. Even then, if a supervisor didn't tell her to go do it, she took it up on her own. I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan. We have authority to inflict harm on people. I just don't walk up and down the fence and shoot after people. That's not what we do.
Mm.
We're merely there to maintain the peace, believe it or not.
But the American army so like you get a lot of privilege.
You're a soldier. It's a privileged job. That's why I'm talking to you till the other 30 years, my son and kids in it. If you're in a privileged job, it's required you get privileged treatment. What do you think? At the end of the day, when they load you up on the plane and you tell your family bye, 10 out of 10 times you're not coming back. So
Oh my
feed me
god.
lobster down range before I go back on the convoy. I'm
Oh my
appreciative.
god. So
I'm
while I'm
appreciative of the
around, give
lobster,
me
but
privileged life. Yeah, cool.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah. But you ever go down range? That's why if enough family members don't know when their spouses come back from deployment, that's what the problem is. Lobster is expensive.
Mm,
So yeah, for down range, you get whatever you want. You get chicken, you get 5, 10 plates because you're going in a vehicle on a road that chances are can't stop the shrapnel from killing you. So it's a serious
yeah.
business. It's serious business. When we're talking U.S. military, we have a situation here that it's unfortunate in a time of war.
Mm-hmm.
Involving Ukraine and Jamaica is building roads with China. That is very concerning. If anything in Jamaica, not that nothing is minute. The action
Mm.
of China in Jamaica is more concerning strategically for the protection of the U.S. This is a diplomatic issue, this female. And they're going to handle it as such. The U.S. will. It's unfortunate, but for every organization, you have 10% of your formation that takes 90% of your time. So the world thing is just go through and thank the 90% who just do what is right, because this one person has steered the U.S. military attention to Jamaica while the nation's at war. That's how I see it. Not blaming this female, I'm just saying it's big in Jamaica. I'm not blowing it down, but when the U.S. service member, someone just say she Jamaican, she ain't got to go back, she got to be deported. Yes, if it were in Iran, where it's not a nation state, Jamaica is not an adversary to the U.S. We are
Okay.
actually allies. We're
Yeah.
150 miles away by plane. They can walk. One can stand in the grill, one can stand in Key West and discuss how to get this young lady back to America. Process, due process, which if she's guilty or innocent, it's up to her, the courts, to deal with it. But the unfortunate part is lives are lost. But
Terrible.
in the process, Pastor, if you were picked up, you like somebody to put you in a nice car. You're ready, and probably your life. That's the least thing it do for you. Your life is in front of you. Do you honestly think she enjoyed that ride?
Nah, nah, she did not. Nah,
Well,
nah,
that's what I'm
nah.
saying. Y'all looked at the wrong things. If you have ever been in handcuffs, I don't care if you're in a private jet.
But no, you make we understand exactly why she get that right, because she is a privileged in a
She
privileged job. So yes, she that
no no
is
that
understandable.
that's not what it is. She's an American. You'll get the same treatment once you cross the border. These things only happen to Jamaicans. And I'm saying this, I talk loud, I talk as long as I can. When you sell your vote for $1,000, $5,000, cops can throw you in the back of a vehicle like pigs because there's no conversation about police control. In a country, because I go somewhere else. In a country where it's a democracy, when you have the people that doesn't care about what's happening in the headquarters, it's borderline dictatorship.
Yeah.
You can't live in a democracy and say, "Me no care what happened, them people down there, so." And now you hire them. Well, right. Pastor, I am referring your YouTube channel, I think like off for 10 months. And November you forward and I say, "Oh, Jamed, why you run the YouTube channel, you give me for next year. I'm in a work December, my fault." We keep putting these people in office and leave them up there to get rich.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody pay attention, but they complain. We litter Jamaican people. We argue at each other. No one want to have the conversation like, how would these laws pass? And there's never a discussion. The Prime Minister of Jamaica travels damn near daily. I'm on his Instagram. He probably blocked me now. I've never seen an executive summary of what he discussed with any foreign heads. Why is that not
Yes.
important to Jamaican people? That's the things I can't hear. I don't care nothing about man I give a lady donkey.
Yeah.
Yes, that's okay. But we have a head of state traveling to foreign countries,
I want to
talking to
know what I'm
foreign
gonna do.
leaders, and no Jamaican asked to give a one-page summary who we spoke to, what we discussed. Trump went to Russia and talked to Putin, and him still not get to over it yet. We do not hold our leaders accountable. Therefore, in a democracy, you get the government you deserve. So the Jamaican people are literally arguing at the wrong people. They're killing each other, arguing at the politicians. It should be the other way. Argue with, have a discussion about what your politics is. You must be involved in politics. You live in a democracy. Democracy requires an intelligent electorate. Therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
But wait, Jamed,
Yes, sir. MEDS, meditation enhances divinity.
okay, you made a very good point. You said why you haven't seen the prime minister in certain meetings, right?
No, not seeing him in there. I retired a pretty decent rank in the army. When they pay my money to go sit and talk to people, they expect me to tell them what we're talking about. I just didn't sit in a hotel and drink tea and go party. The prime minister travels regularly. It's called an executive summary, at
Yeah,
least
yeah.
through Congress. This
But
is what we discussed. Matter of fact, what was the agenda for him leaving? He just fly when he wanted to.
no, true. But I was going to say how we haven't seen our security minister.
Yeah, you won't see him either. It's just
But
like if pastor pay me month 10, I won't be back to work till month 10. Election ain't till February. You probably see him in January because you guys are not involved.
mm,
Jamaicans not involved in politics, which benefits the politicians. You really literally hire someone, send them to work, do not talk to them, do not supervise them. They disenfranchise you, and then the next year they give you $1,000 or $5,000 and you signed up for the same thing. And then you argue at each other about them. When if no Jamaican vote, there's no election. It's just that simple.
That's the only time there's going to be changes.
Now, well, the changes can be we beat up Butcher Bantan with the when him have on the orange shirt. Who don't know the Butcher Bantan come from jungle? Okay, that's not the problem. Marcus Garvey was the first politician. He built many things. He built the PPP. I saw Butcher Bantan out there and said that's a good move. At least Rastafarians are interjecting back in.
Subscribe to the Horny channel and hit the notification bell.
Or IG me at the Horny Church or the Horny Pastor Music.